Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how I make drums, especially these kind of lo-fi BoomBap drums. I think these are one of the more important part when making these kind of beats, so let's get into it. Something that is very important about this kind of thing, I guess, will be the sound selection. Sound selection will make eventually the drum sounds nicer. And also it adds a little bit of characters into the drums itself when there is like a good sound selection. Something that I usually do is I take a drum break from a record, and then from that drum break I try to break apart some of the things that I really like. So it could be like a snare, a hi-hat, a kick, or just like random bits here and there. So for example, let's just go through some of the drum breaks that I have. Let's say this one. So right now I'm trying to kind of look for hi-hats. So let me just try to go. So this one has a nice hi-hat, like this one, you see. But let me try if I can find something else. See, that's a nice hi-hat right there. Okay, let's try to find something else. This sounds nice. Let's try to lay something. Try to remove this. As far as quantization, I usually don't really quantize things. However, I'm not really trying to let things also run wild. So I just try to kind of keep some sort of structures. So I think these ones are a little bit late. Let's just try to lay something on top of that. And then let's go for a kick maybe. As far as my groove or my pattern goes, I like things to be a little repetitive because I like to play a lot when I'm arranging it, so dropping things or adding other things. Let's try something like this. Again, not too much quantizing, but let's just try to arrange some things a little bit so it doesn't really sound off. Yeah, that's good. Let's try to addition a snare now. Now as far as snares, I like my snares to be a little bit minimal, I guess the word is I'm trying to look for. Okay, I think we got a good foundation here. Let me just go back to the hi-hats from the previous drums. I think there was a nice one. Was it here? One thing about picking sounds from these, like chopping sounds from these drum breaks, is that you always kind of find myself having to EQ them, because most of the time they're either mixed with like a little bit of bass or something. Now let me try to put some ducks onto these hi-hats. You know what? Let's maybe try to play some sample on top of this. Maybe that will make it sound a little bit fuller. Because right now it sounds a little bit empty. Let me just try to find something. I think this one will be the one. Yeah, I think this one is the best. But before I will do that, let me just try to not necessarily mix, but let me just try to kind of make my sound a little bit beefier. Something I do is I always shorten my kick so it does hit exactly when it hits, so there is no like left transient behind. But the problem with this is that, for example, right now I'm playing my kick, you see there is like this little tail, so from there I just up the release just a little bit, and then so in battery you have this this like built-in filter. Let me try to kind of muffle that snare a little bit. So now it's kind of too muffled. I'm looking for something around there. This is kind of an alternative if you don't really want to put EQ. It's directly into battery, so it's nicer. So yeah, let's just lay down the sample and then we'll follow from there if anything else is needed. So in my last video, what I did was I kind of show you how I kind of separate my my sample to get that beefy low end. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So let me just separate the highs on this one. And then let me just try to get the lows. So it's around 300. And then again, same thing as last time, I'm going to add again deep. But yeah, that's it. This is the drums. Let's just play the drums to see. And this is with the sample. Let's do a little bit of remix effects. I already mapped this to a keyboard, but let's just for this. So yeah, that's one. Let's try to get another one going. I can then export these and make a drum kit. Oh no. Alright, so let's retrace back the same steps. I'm going to get my hi-hats. Let me just try to get on this hi-hats that I think we've heard earlier. This one. So let me just try to get my hi-hats right. Again, very repetitive kick pattern. Simply because I think it's the more repetitive it is, the more it has like I guess a hypnotic kind of vibe. So for my snare, I'm looking for something that has like a lot of reverbs, but yet very light. So that's this is good. Let's just try to find a sample again, but this one, let's try to find a sample chops. this is good. Let me just try to clean up the sample a little bit. This turned out to be great, fam. That is all. This was to kind of show you how I make my drums. I hope you enjoyed it, and catch you on the next one.